Okay, so one of the first things that I've learned from being alone is you are your own best friend. Now, I used to try to be one of those people to really make friends with everybody who I saw. I just always wanted people, I was a people pleaser, and I always wanted everybody to like me. I wanted my friends to like me. I wanted everybody in the school to like me. I wanted everybody at my job to like me. I was always trying to get as many people to like me as possible. Once I got rid of almost all my friends because they weren't serving me, once I shed my old beliefs in myself and I said I do not need these friends, I realized that I'm my own best friend. When you're alone, you realize that the only person who you have to talk to, the only person who you have to show love, the only person who you have to validate you is yourself. So if you're constantly telling yourself, if you're constantly saying, I'm not gonna make it, I'm doing bad right now, everything in life is awful, if you're telling yourself these things, you're your own friend. So imagine if your friend was telling you those things, how would you feel? You'd feel like ass. You'd feel awful. This is why you feel bad. If you're telling yourself these things and you're by yourself, of course you're not going to feel good. Of course you're going to need the validation of other people because you're not validating yourself. If you're not giving yourself the things that you need, other people can't give you those things. So even when I've run into situations where people have told me, people have always said that I'm not a bad looking person. And I'm here to tell you, to this day, sometimes I do not believe that I'm a good looking person. I don't care. Because if I'm not telling myself that, if I can't see that in myself in the mirror every single day, then what you tell me it's not gonna change my own core self-beliefs. So when you're alone, you have to be your own friend, and you also have to realize that your own previous core self-beliefs in yourself are controlling and contributing how you move right now. So another thing that you realize when you're alone is that your self-beliefs and your own core beliefs in yourself control everything in your world, control everything in your environment. Your internal being affects your external environment. Your external environment is changed by how you feel on the inside. If you're alone and you're telling yourself when you're alone, I'm so upset, I'm so depressed, I'm so this, I'm so that. If you're telling yourself that, okay, it's a good thing that you acknowledged it and it's a good thing that you realized it. But what's bad is that you're staying stuck in that position, or you're saying that you cannot change. Why are you telling yourself that you cannot change? You know, there was somebody who walked up to me at my job yesterday. Let me think of what they told me. I said, I was talking to my friend at work, and I was like, oh, we got an hour left in the shift. What's going on, man? He goes, I don't know. Hopefully I'll make it out. If you're saying these things and you're speaking into existence, well, hopefully I'll make it out. Shoot, well, I hope you do too. You gotta hope for yourself that you're gonna I don't get it. Everything that you think, you can think into existence. You can really think your reality into existence. I mean, if you tell yourself, I'm not confident, I have anxiety, I have this, I have that. When you're speaking these things into your mind, best believe your reality is gonna be a reflection of what's going on the inside. If you're telling yourself, I have anxiety, I have these issues, your outer reality will reflect that. People feel your energy. You're putting out the energy that you have anxiety, that you have all these things. People visually see it, they feel it. All they're gonna do is they're gonna give that to you. Oh, you have anxiety? Okay. Ha, look at you. Why are you doing that? Why are you anxious? Now you're letting other people control your life. You see what I mean? You have your own core beliefs and your own belief systems, and what's short for belief systems is BS. It's bullshit. You do not have to believe your old belief systems. So when you're alone, realize that anything that happened before cannot control who you are right now. So anything that happens in the past, it's not your problem right now. Oh, why did that drop? Anything that happened in the past it's not your problem right now. You don't have to deal with it. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to dwell on it. If you're dwelling on somebody or something, or if you're letting something control you that happened before, realize that you're alone right now. The only person who has power over your life right now in this situation is you. Anything that happened before, it's done. It's done. You have the choice to move from that. And I think a lot of people don't realize is when you're alone, you have the ability to make your own choices. Nobody's here to tell you how to act. Nobody's here to tell you how to dress. Nobody's here to tell you how to be. Isolation is like the best thing that could have happened to me, because isolation taught me this. Nothing that happened to me happened to me. It happened for me. I only have myself to trust, and I only have myself to love. If you don't trust and love yourself, nobody else is going to be able to. What you see on the outside is always going to be a reflection of how you feel on the inside. If you feel alone and you feel upset and you feel isolated on the inside, that's just how it's going to be on the outside. When you're alone, it's the best gift that you could have gotten, because you being alone allows you to be able to say, hey, what is wrong with me? What is bothering me right now? Not what is wrong with me, because actually, now that I think about it, saying what's wrong with you, that's a bad thing. Why do you say what's wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with you. And I hate when people say that. What's wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with me. Just because I'm different, just because I'm going through this, doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with me. Maybe that just means that there's something that's going on inside of me that I need to address. When you're alone, realize that it's a gift. It's time for you to be able to work on yourself. It's time for you to be able to improve what's bothering you. It's time for you to be able to see and reflect on what happened to you before and not let it affect you right now. You don't have to be stuck in that cycle of I'm alone, I'm isolated, there's things wrong with me. You don't have to be stuck in that cycle. The fact that you realized it and the fact that you clicked on a video like this is a good thing. Now it's your time to realize that you being alone is now you could change your own self-beliefs. You could change how you feel. Being alone is the best thing that can happen to you.